Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Drew Ramsey. I'm an assistant clinical professor of psychiatry at Columbia University, and I'm founder of the Brain Food Clinic. I hope you'll join me as I speak with Jody, a patient who is suffering some long-term and long-haul consequences of COVID-19 as we discuss those and her mental health. My sense about our conversation is I wanted to hear some specifics. There are some aspects of your story I'm really curious about. If you could share with everyone a little bit about, in some ways, the thumbnail of who you are and what happened to you just at first with COVID.
Who I am is someone that I recognize now as an overcomer. I'll say this is not my first rodeo in terms of overcoming something life-changing. I grew up in Southern California, in Los Angeles. It was really kind of a wonderful childhood, although it wasn't perfect, and I don't think anyone's is. So I had some things to overcome in my childhood. And in my early 20s, I really put my focus into dealing with those issues and trying to build a really conscious life that revolved around my well-being, both physically and mentally. So I had tools that helped enable me to move cross-country. I'm 56 now, but I was 45 when I moved to New York City, and I completely changed careers. And it was a huge calculated risk, but I really rose to the occasion, and I became incredibly successful pretty shortly thereafter moving here to New York. So I have had experience of not having things go my way and finding my way out. What I didn't have prior to having COVID and long COVID was any kind of health crisis. And I could never have imagined that something like a virus could take me out. And I mean completely out. I'd never not overcome things. So I didn't worry too much about the pandemic. I was relieved that the city was shutting down because I was exhausted.
I appreciate you saying that. And I think a lot of people have had different experiences that, there are a lot of negative attributes of quarantine, but there are a lot of people who have felt fewer obligations, who felt more family time, who felt a little relief from the intensity of work. For all of your success, that also comes at a cost. You're busy, you're working all the time, every weekend is booked. So I think for many people, there was a little pause button that was mingled in with a lot of fear and anxiety and kind of confusing.
Yes, there was this initial sense of excitement because I wasn't sick at this point. And within 2 weeks, I myself came down with it. And so that was that moment where I think I was in denial. I think I thought, no. I'm a healthy person. I have no pre-existing conditions. I take excellent care of myself. I'm vegan for 5.5 years. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. It was a moment of trust trying to be in denial. And I was listening to what the news was saying, which was it should only be 2 weeks unless you're obese or diabetic or any of those things. So I just kept holding on to this 2-week period. And when I passed that 2-week period and things started to get worse, I think I was still in denial.